Good evening, my name is Felton Skull, Turbine EU2. Standard rules apply, don't sound my voice. Please go to the main menu and go to mute and mute from there. And then today I'm on with Alarm Copter.
Hello.
And we're on Turbine. Well, action straight in. This is the way Turbine's played. From straight out, fight for the main room.
Yeah, nice to see some good heavy medic combo there. Going for the Vaccinator as well, which is... I wouldn't necessarily go for that myself, but it seems to be working alright.
Vaccinate, I find, is a very tricky one. I mean, personally, I'm not a fan of it. I find it's a bit too fiddly to use. I don't really know where it's useful. I mean,
it's a very, very situational item. I mean, it's kind of up there with the quick fix. It can be useful, but most of the time you're better off just going for the all-round crits or Uber.
Yeah, that's it. I think it's much better. I think it's very much a tournament weapon, you know, a proper comp weapon. With, you know, using like scouts and, you know, soldiers and demo men and stuff. Like the quick fix, actually. And the thing is, what else can you do with a medigun? I mean, there was Balthazar though. He's got bullet immunity nearly. So it's looking, you know, he's making it work. But straight away, what I'm seeing here, Balthazar's already in there. I mean, they've already got the intel. That's going away nicely, but this is the critical thing right here. Balthazar has that main room.
Yeah, it's nice to see a team actually continue holding a intel room even after the intel has been taken from it. I mean, most of the time you'll see, you know, maybe one or two people come in and then run straight off again, but it's nice to see people staying up front and then the rest of the team play the game for them.
Yep, there's Balthazar. He's got crits now. He's on fire, but he doesn't care. You know, Red are in real trouble here. They can't secure their intel room. Nobody decided to pick up the intel. Now the Heavy's going to run back with it. I'm not sure that was the best decision.
No, I did see, I think maybe one or two scouts even sort of run past that intel and completely miss it. Admittedly, it was quite a quick cap the first time round, but you know, really need to be on the ball because I mean, Red could have had it all over for themselves then and there, but now they've sort of kind of gained themselves a respite, I think.
Yep, now that's two caps right there. Here comes the Heavy now with the crits from the cap, taking out everything. Yeah, the other Heavy on the stairs is not going to survive. There goes Verm. Zorro's like, nah, sod this. Nah, Balthazar and Medic today. I mean, we've got to give Kerouac that credit to him because they are cleaning up today. But that's the thing now. That's the third cap gone. All they need to do is keep these guys safe, and that's game for blue.
Yeah, I mean, I can't see Red having that much time really to build any sort of defences up again now. I mean, if Blue can get maybe one or two people back in, that's going to be pretty much it.
Well, no, yeah, that's it. It's three caps. Yeah. That's game. Okay, round two. This time there's a team scramble. Now, to be fair, that was an incredibly fast game, even by my standards.
Yeah, usually Turbine kind of just, you know, usually you expect it to last a good 10 minutes or so. Turbine's a lot different to 2-4, where it can just be sort of an instant game over. But yeah, that was incredibly quick for this map. Yeah,
I'm trying to look at the class choice here. I mean, Blue. I mean, to be fair, the class didn't really count for that because Balthazar pretty much had the game with that medic. That was what pretty much made Blue win. And you know, here goes Kerouac again. He's using the Vaccinator. I think he was using it like a boss though. He got everything right, using the right things in the right places.
Yeah, it was a good example of, you know, two players who actually understand how to play well with each other, you know, and I think that really is very, very important for the Vaccinator. There's, you know, a normal Uber kind of just works as it is, but a Vaccinator, you need to be on the ball with the other player as well.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, that would say right there, those two got comms with each other, and that makes a difference, a massive one. But here we go, I mean, Blue have got the intel room again. Red are trying to come down the stairs. Now, the problem is with what's happened with Red, they don't build up in the right place. They're building the sentries right on top of the point behind two doors. Now, Heavy walks in, right, sees it, and is immediately in good combat range versus a sentry. You need longer ranges for sentries.
Yeah, I mean, if you've got a decent range on it, then a Heavy is pretty much out of luck. You're kind of just leaving it then for just the soldiers or maybe even a demo man, but if you can eliminate Heavy as a risk, then that's sort of chopping off half of this team's skill, so to speak.
Yep, now there's the thing, I mean, Kano's just sitting there, and Kano's got the intel again. It's same happening again. Balthazar and Kerouac are entirely bottling up this red team. They just have no chance. I mean, to be fair, I mean, theirs goes to crits. They've got bullet immunity on. This is looking like a one-sided fist fight. I mean, look at the blue team. They're just pretty much up those stairs, making sure nothing comes down. But what would you advise Red to do, man?
I think the only thing Red can do now is go for an Uber. I mean...
Well,
yeah.
okay, well, maybe next round. Round 3, no scramble this time. Now, what I would advise for teams is, now, for the level 3 sentry should be put in that right place, and you and me both know where that is.
Yeah, I mean, there are some... This is another map where the choice points for a sentry make a lot of sense, and they're there for a reason. And yeah, I won't give it away, but yeah, it's been sorely misused so far. So yeah, Red really need to get on that, and they need to throw some medics in there as well.
Yeah, we haven't seen really many red medics. I mean, the blue medic has pretty much been counting triplicate for all the effort he's been putting in. But for the time being, though, he's looking a little bit equal. I'm not sure where this is going. Although I think somebody has gone... Oh wait, no. It's Kano 98 playing big. Oh wow, running away with that up the stairs. That nearly worked. He managed to get in a stab fight with Zorio, and yet no. Now red team, I'm seeing a lot more now. They are keeping a much more watchful eye on their intel and using a lot more heavies.
Yeah, and they've sort of got themselves in quite a good position as well, at least for the time being, with the intel sort of where it is. There's not a lot of chance of blue getting hold of it until it goes back to the main room.
Yeah, no, that's a strange thing actually. It's in a much better position than it usually is. And for the time being, blue are trying to get into that main room. And there's Sprite Knight there, you know, pretty much trying to push out on red's side. But yeah, I'm thinking here, one thing I'm seeing with this either team, one thing I've seen in a long time in a Turbine commentary, no level 3 sentries in the main room, because that can really kill a game. But yeah, one thing I'm seeing, red heavies are moving out, they are eventually clawing back that ground, but can they turn that into an offensive?
Yeah, and as well as that, blue certainly haven't gone on as strong a offence as they did last round. I mean, they've still got, you know, the medic going around and stuff, but they haven't gone in, you know, all guns blazing 2-3 heavies and support classes as well. It's a much slower push, and I don't know, red are definitely clawing it back now.
Yeah, I think red are in there with a chance now. I think they've got a few things right there. Keep an eye. Whoa, yeah, and who's that on the intel? It's Kano and running away. Oh, come on. Speed. Oh, criminy, this is a chase. Okay, the perpetrator's not pulling over. He's continuing running away from the enemy team. Oh, that is masterful scout work. You don't see much better than that. That was a struggle to keep up with Kano there. That's a well-deserved point. It still doesn't mean I have to get through police chase in these kind of games. But yeah, just as we thought, you know, red were coming back with that, you know, suddenly one breakaway scout just caps that. That was lovely work.
Yeah, in fact, nice scout work from both sides of things there as well. Sprite Knight pretty much did the same thing as Kano opted for, and yeah, that worked really nicely. So scouts are definitely the way to go with this map. So yeah, the obvious counter to a scout is going to be a sentry.
Yep, and for some reason, the last few commentaries been watching, people don't seem to like sentries. They don't like level 3 sentries at all. I mean, I can see the appeal of a mini in that it's disposable and usable, like some sort of cheap date. But, you know, you need those level 3, you need to put that commitment in.
Yeah, I mean, to me, this map is kind of... A mini sentry is in no way viable, to be honest. I mean... You know, there's not really any way an NG can be attacking, and you know the intel room is a very important room to be keeping secure. And if you've got an engineer on your team taking up that engineer space, and they're not putting in the work, then it's just a waste of time, really.
Yeah, agreed. Unless the engineer has severe pro skills with the Kritzkrieg, but that's another video for another time. But I'm looking at Terrible Tortilla Kebab with who's it with? Hero 48K. Now I'm seeing red heavies getting in there. They are really putting in their weight now, and that's a lot of weight for a heavy. But Pitamatic, Pitamatic now nearly clobbered a heavy. He did run towards him. Not the best of ideas, but so close. To be fair, I haven't seen Pit a lot today. I mean, usually he's kind of in the forefront of everything, but I think he's sitting back today.
I think the same could be said for quite a few of the blue players, actually. I mean, I don't think we've really seen blue get that much of an attack that close so far. Although that said, they seem to have started a good push now.
Oh, there's Balthazar. It's a quick fix medic this time. Daryl. They try and move in there. And that's why the quick fix doesn't work. If you've got a sentry and 2 enemy heavies, you're going to die. Yeah, I think Pit's going right there. Just, heavies are everywhere. I don't know what it is recently. Commentary been filled with heavies. I mean, perhaps in my big propaganda campaign, it might be paying off. But to be, this is the thing though. I mean, Pit gets right now. That's how you play Pyro. Surprise those heavies. Don't get shot by them though. But yeah, red are beginning to take forefront here.
Yeah, I have to say they've managed to flip it pretty well over on its head. I mean, they've got a pretty much constant presence in the main middle room here, and yeah, blue are really struggling to even make it past the tunnel towards the intel.
Yeah, now red have fortified quite nicely. We are seeing, well, I don't know what it is. We're just seeing more heavies. I think there's just sheer heavy offense is taking up all of blue's effort. Kerouac AFK. Now one man could turn the tide, and it could be at Kerouac. To be fair, was an excellent medic. Him not being around to support the rest of the guys might be a problem, but that's a different conversation for a different time. But we're seeing a lot of heavies and medics today, though. Now let's look at teams, see what's going on here. I mean, well, one scout, no soldiers. Now that is weird. There's no. That is really rare. I've seldom ever been in a game where there's been no soldiers whatsoever.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, usually you'd expect, especially on a map like this where you've got those sort of battlements, that's quite an ideal spot for soldiers and sort of even the shipping containers in the middle of the room. They're good spots for soldiers to just chill out on and defend areas, but yeah, a little bit weird that we're not seeing them. And class choice-wise, I mean, both of the teams are pretty well balanced, but I don't know. I'm not certain that either of the sort of layouts is that great, to be honest.
Well, for the time being, though, blue have managed to make it work. Good heavy medic offensive broke into red spawn, and it's looking bad. And Balthazar's back where he wants to be, in front of red spawn. I think it's not so much red got caught with the trousers down, they were forced to be ripped off. And there's a damn out firing crit stickies at spawn. That's gonna hurt. And I think, yeah, the red intel's on the way. I think there's another rollover for blue here. It wasn't rollover, but when they got in there, they pretty much won the game again. But I'm going to attribute it to saying, they didn't put the sentry in the right place again. Yep, and that's a solid win there for blue. I thought we were going to come back with that, but one good kick to the shins brings down that giant and just pretty much rob him of everything.